Rick Weaver, along with Henry Barrow, Hank Goldberg, Jim Berry, and Larry Bluestein. Back at the Orange Bowl in Miami. The Dolphins moving from our right to our left for the first quarter. San Diego will get the ball first. We'll get a look at their potent offense and what wrinkles the Dolphins will have on defense. Back as the deep men for the San Diego Chargers will go the NFL's leading punt returner, who also returns kicks in the middle, James Brooks out of Auburn University. Von Schaman will get the ball up on the tee. Here comes Von Schaman forward. This one is underway. It is a high, short kickoff. Brooks drifts to his left, grabs it at the 5. Straight out, 10, 15 to the 20. He is knocked off his feet at the 22-yard line. And downfield to hit him first is Steve Potter, the first-year linebacker out of Virginia, a 16-yard return. So the Chargers will start from their 22-yard line. For San Diego, quarterback number 14, Dan Fouts, in his 9th year from Oregon. The running backs will be John Capoletti, number 25, in his 7th year from Penn State, and number 46, Chuck Muncie, in his 7th year from California. The wide receivers, Charlie Joyner, number 18, his 13th year from Grambling, and Wes Chandler, number 89, his 4th year from Florida. The tight end, number 80, Kellen Winslow, a 3rd-year man from Missouri. The left tackle, 66, Billy Shields, in his 7th year from Georgia Tech. The left guard, 63, Doug Wilkerson, his 12th year, North Carolina Central. The center is a 6-year veteran from Boston College, number 62, Don Masick. The right guard, 67, 13-year veteran from Cal Berkeley, Ed White. And the right tackle, number 70, Russ Washington, in his 14th year from Missouri. From the 22-yard line, Dan Fouts brings his ball club out. Both receivers, Chandler and Joyner, are spread to the near side. Capoletti gets up, goes in motion to the far side of the field. Pitch to Muncie, outside to the left. He is going to get out to the 26-yard line before the swarming green shirts knock him down after a 4-yard gain. A.J. Dewey and Bob Bombhauer there on the tackle. The front three will be Doug Benner, 75, Bob Bombhauer, 73, and Vern Denherter, number 83. The linebackers left to right, 59, Bob Brudzinski, and Ernie Roan, 55. Number 77, A.J. Dewey. 50 is Larry Gordon. Cornerbacks will probably be Fulton Walker to start the ball game, although Don McNeil could see the starting role. Right corner is Gerald Small, number 48. Walker wears 41, McNeil 28. The weak safety, Lyle Blackwood, 42. Glenn Blackwood, 47. The strong safety.
That Potter, who made the tackle, has really become a demon on special teams, Rick. He and Hank Bauer are the two guys to watch on specials this afternoon.
Joyner and Chandler spread to the far side. Capoletti in as a blocker for Muncie. He'll carry the ball infrequently from the 26, 2nd down and 6. Fouts spins, flag down, hand off to Muncie. Muncie over the left side, gets only to the 28-yard line. Flag toss for the umpire in the defensive side of the line of scrimmage. Betters and Baumhauer on the tackle. Penalty against San Diego. San Diego, one of the 4 most penalized teams in the National Football League. The Dolphins coming in the least penalized team in the National Football League. 5-yard infraction. Here's the call.
False start, 67.
Called on Ed White, the right guard, moving before the snap count, and that 5-yard penalty puts the ball back to the 21-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11.
McNeil's coming into the nickel. Kozlowski's in there. Kozlowski's going to line up as almost a linebacker. The objective here, knock Winslow off the line of scrimmage before he can make his move. Then he'll go with him to help double cover.
White Scales has come in as an additional wide receiver. They spread people all over the place. Fouts has only Muncie behind him. From the 21-yard line, Fouts drops the throw, swings it out. Muncie at the 15 to the 20, eludes one tackle up the near side. He is banged and gets out of bounds. 2 flags go down as he was hit first by Lyle Blackwood at the 25, 26-yard line. And let's see what this is all about. Gerald Small was also there on the tackle. 2 flags tossed by both officials on the near side of the field, one of them being the referee, Fred Wyatt. The penalty initial indication is going to be against the Dolphins for a face mask. On the tackle on Muncie, it occurred when Blackwood or Small, one of the 2 of them, got a hand on him from the near side of the field. Don McNeil, who was in the ball game, missed the tackle. And then coming across to the near side of the field, like it might have been Mike Kozlowski, who was also there. So this brings up a 1st down.
Face mask, number 40, 1st down.
Called on Mike Kozlowski, who was in as the nickelback. And he grabbed Muncie by the face mask. He jerked away from him and went out of bounds, but the damage had already been done. So the ball is placed up the San Diego 34-yard line, 1st down for San Diego. They're moving from our left to our right here for the first quarter. Eric Sievers and Kellen Winslow, double tight ends in the ball game. Sievers, 4th-round draft choice out of Maryland. Both receivers are spread to the far side. Winslow alternating, flip-flopping, left to right. Fouts drops to throw. He sets, has time, turns out to his right. Dewey after him. He's at the 30, fires upfield. It is caught out of bounds. It is caught out of bounds. Incomplete at the Dolphins' 49-yard line. And a flag goes down. A flag goes down. Winslow caught the ball. It was thrown out of bounds. Winslow caught it. And upfield to make the call was the head linesman, Dale Williams. The initial indication from the Dolphins is that the penalty may be against San Diego. Let's wait and see. We're going to get an eligible man upfield.
That's what happens when a quarterback has a scramble. Winslow came in motion to the near side. Kozlowski was stalking him. Winslow had a good jump on him, but they put inside.
Number 80 stepped out of bounds, came back in and caught the ball. Lost it down. Second down.
Okay, that's what the initial indication was an ineligible man upfield. Winslow did come back in and catch the football, so that is also a loss of down. Second down and 10.
They came with inside pressure. Dewey, they feel they can beat Masek, the center. Dewey came from the inside with the pressure, forced Flats out of the pocket. That's what they want to do against him.
Winslow caught the ball, was out of bounds, and then came back in and caught the ball, which was a loss of down. Second down and 10 to the 34-yard line. Munson the only back in behind. Fouts. Here's the snap. Hand off to Muncie outside of the left. He is buried at about the 35-yard line. A gain of only a yard. Trying to run to the left side. A.J. Dewey stuck his 248 pounds in there along with Tim Bocamper. Bocamper getting the call today at the starting right side defensive end in lieu of Vern Denherter. Out of the ball game comes Gordon, and McNeil comes in. It's a third down and 9 now. Fouts from his 35-yard line. Dwight Scales is in as an additional receiver. Fouts has put the ball up once, or twice rather, and has completed one. Scales, along with Joyner, will spread to the far side. Winslow and Chandler come to the near side. Muncie, the only back in behind Fouts. Third and 9, San Diego from their 35. Here's a football. Flag goes down, and Fouts falls on it. That exchange from the center. Let's see what this is all about. Flags all over the place. Henry?
The first thing that happened was the right guard stood up.
Illegal procedure is the call. The Dolphins may decline this one. Ed White, who is not off to a good start, missing 2 snap counts. They will move the ball back to the 30-yard line. This is a dead ball foul.
Ball start, number 67, third down.
So they can't decline it. The first penalty flag was tossed by the umpire. Dead ball foul, so they have to accept it. Ball back at the 30-yard line now. Third down and 14. Ed White, the right guard, stood up out of his three-point stance before the ball was snapped. All the receivers are in. They have to get the ball up to the San Diego 44-yard line. Here's Fouts back to throw. Better shoving his man right back in Fouts' face. Here's the pass. It is caught upfield by Chandler. 40, 35, 30, down to the 25, down to the 23-yard line. He threw into triple coverage. Betters had all kinds of pressure on him. Fouts got it away. And that's where the Dolphins are going to have to be careful. Gerald Small finally made the tackle. A super catch by Wes Chandler, 47 yards on the completion right up the middle of the field. And Chandler went up between 3 green shirts and hauled it down. First down for San Diego at the Dolphins' 23-yard line. On a third down and 14, Fouts under pressure completes a 47-yard pass.
Heck of a throw, too, Rick, because he had to throw, and as you alluded to, he had to throw into double coverage, and he just split him.
Severs and Winslow, double tight ends. To the near side, Chandler, far side, Joyner. Munson the only back, in behind Fouts. First down for the Dolphins, 23. Fouts on the snap, gives to Muncie, outside to the right. He is caught behind the line of scrimmage and ducked for a loss by Fulton Walker, the rookie left cornerback, back at the 26-yard line. So they're not letting Muncie get started, but now they have to go to work on Fouts. A loss of 3 will bring up second down and 13. Henry?
Walker read that one the minute Fouts dropped back and started his move in and was right there to meet Muncie.
Ball back at the Dolphins' 26-yard line. Second down and 13. One big play thus far for Dan Fouts.
Well, the Chargers do so many things out of the same formation. That big play, they sent Joyner in motion, then brought him back, and that's what confused the defense.
All right, we got Joyner far side, near side Chandler. Muncie the only back in behind. Fouts, double tight end, strong side left. Here is the play fake by Fouts, back to throw. Here's the pass, caught by Winslow. He's down to the 15-yard line and knocked down by Lyle Blackwood and Fulton Walker. So they pick up about 8 yards on the completion, and that's 2 yards away from the first down. Let's check it, make an 11-yard pickup. That's 2 yards away from the first down, down at the 15-yard line. Third down and 2 coming up. Steve Shaw comes in on the defense, and we get also into the ball game John Capoletti. along with Sam Clappin as an extra blocker up front. He's a reserve tackle.
Most teams would throw out of this situation, but San Diego's a throwing team.
Third down and 2, the Dolphins' 15-yard line. Winslow in motion to the far side. Here's the pitch to Muncy. Outside to the left. He gets to the 15, outside, and he's not going to make the first down. Still trying to cut outside. They kept swinging it out to the far sideline area, and they knock him out of bounds at about, or stop his progress at about the 14-yard line, as Fulton Walker, all the way across field, made the tackle on the play. So they're going to mark it at the 14, a gain of only a yard, and the field goal unit comes on.
What a play by Fulton Walker, Rick, because that was a heck of a tackle. He took him on one-on-one, and Muncy had all the steam going for him.
Benershka is 19 out of 26 in the field goal department. He and Von Schaman are second in accuracy in the league behind Jan Stenerud at Green Bay. Ed Luther will hold from the 22. 19 out of 26 in the field goal department. Benershka, right-footed soccer-style kicker, 32-yard attempt. Into the wind at the east end. Snap, set down. Kick is up. It is good. High in the air. He gets that ball up high and quick. So San Diego jumps on top, 3-0. 9:49 left to go in the first quarter. This is the Miami Dolphins Football Network. Chargers strike first. 32-yard field goal. Ralph Benershka. 64-yard drive, 8 plays, 5 minutes and 3 seconds. And the big play, that 3rd and 14, Fouts under pressure, completes up the middle to Chandler, 47 yards amongst 3 Dolphin defenders.
Holding San Diego to 3 points after they possessed it for 5 yards, I think is playing in the Dolphins' hands, Rick. If they can get a good ball control drive, that's what they want to accomplish out here.
Fulton Walker is deep in the middle. Walker on the season has a 26-yard kickoff return average. Veselu down the far side, Eddie Hill to the near side. Benershka with the ball on the tee will be kicking against the wind. And the Dolphins are down 3-0. This will be their first offensive opportunity. Benershka forward, hits the ball. It'll be high and short. Walker drifts all the way up, grabs it at the 9, starts in the middle, the 10, the 15 to the 20, 25. He's out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. A return of 18 yards by Fulton Walker. Tackle on the play made by Keith Ferguson from Ohio State, who played his high school football here at Edison High School in Miami. So the Dolphins now, with their offensive unit, will have Woodley at quarterback. They'll have Nathan and Franklin, the running backs, Moore and Harris, the wide receivers, Lee, the tight end, Giesler and Laxo, the tackles, Kuchenberg and Newman, the guards, and Dennard will be the center. Benershka is injured on that last play. The San Diego kicker on the far sidelines. Ready to go to work is Woodley from his 27-yard line. Here's the handoff to Franklin. He is caught and dropped for a loss as Louis Kelcher, the left side defensive tackle, beat his man, who is Ed Newman, and came through and drops the ball carrier Franklin for a loss back at the 23-yard line. Defensively for the Chargers, Leroy Jones, Louis Kelcher, Gary Big Hands Johnson, and John Woodcock. The front four, linebackers left to right, Lyndon King, Bob Horn, and Woodrow Lane. The corners, Willie Buchanan and Mike Williams. The safeties, Glenn Edwards and Pete Shaw.
I have to improve my handwriting, Rick. My notes said Buchanan's in the game.
Okay, the ball at the 23-yard line. 2nd down and 14 for the Dolphins. Double tight ends in the contest now for Miami. Woodley drops, looks left, gonna run with it. 20, 25, 30, slides down at the 33-yard line. That's about 4 yards shy of the first down. David Woodley contained on the play by San Diego. As he got up to the 33-yard line, he slid. And the containment made by Pete Shaw, the strong safety.
San Diego had some trouble with running quarterbacks. Ferguson ran well against them in a game they played, and Zorn really did a number on him up in Seattle, although they seem to be satisfied they can contain Woodley.
Joe Rose is coming to ball game for the Dolphins, so is Tommy Vigorito. He and Nathan are the backs. 3rd down and 4. Dolphins from their 33-yard line. Trailing 3-0 early in the ball game. Backs are split, receivers spread all over the place. Woodley drops back to throw. He sets. Now he's going to sprint out to his right. He's in trouble. He's going to be knocked down all the way back at the 17-yard line by 6'8" left defensive end Leroy Jones. So the Dolphins do not get the pot boiling in their first offensive series. Indeed, the protection for Woodley is nil. They mark it at the 19-yard line, and Orris will get the first chance to punt. Back as the deep man will be the NFL's leading punt returner, James Brooks, the rookie out of Auburn, number 1 draft choice, 13.2. A return average on the season. Wes Chandler is in front of him. Orris appears to have the wind at his back. Dolphins down 3-0. Orris stands at the 4-yard line. 7:43 left to go in the first quarter. Here is the snap. Morris hits it low, wobbly kick upfield. Chandler will grab it. San Diego 44 near side. 50 down to the 45 to the 40. He's at the 45 down to the 30 down to the 25 down to the 20 down to the 10. 5 touchdown for San Diego. Well, we warned all week about special teams coverage. Somebody was going to bust one. San Diego's special teams have been noted for that on the season. 56 yards by Wes Chandler, the shallow man. It was a lousy kick by Orris. If I might use the vernacular, he outkicked the coverage, and the coverage was non-existent down the near sideline. Henry?
Also, there were some lousy hands laid on. Eddie Hill had a clear shot, just tried to grab him by one hand, missed him, and that went on all the way down the field.
Well, the Dolphins are blowing themselves out early unless they can get something started in a hurry. Ershka, with Luther to hold, can make it 10-0 as Wes Chandler returns a punt down the near sideline. 56 yards, and it's 9-0. Waiting the snap, Luther sets it down. The kick is up, and it's good. So it's a 10-0 ball game. San Diego quickly 10 points in front. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the Miami Dolphins Football Network. In the earlier game today, NFC semifinal, Dallas hammered Tampa Bay out of the playoffs, 38-0. Here it's 10-0. With 7:24 left to go in the first quarter, San Diego on top, and the Dolphins need a big play from special teams. Of the positive nature, they just had one of a negative nature. Walker deep in the middle, Hill down the near side, and Besselu off to the far side of the field. But Ershka will kick off. Dolphins have had the ball only one time, haven't been able to do anything with it. About 5-minute drive, Ershka 32-yard field goal, and then Chandler's 56-yard return. High, short kick. Coming up is Besselu. The Dolphins get mixed up on coverage. They let the ball bounce, and it's San Diego's possession at the 29-yard line of Miami. Besselu and Walker got all tangled up, trying to get their hands on the football, and I can't believe this. This team has been working for 2 weeks. They look tight as a drum. The ball came down, touched as Hank Bauer fell on it. It touched Dwight Scales also there. The Dolphins could not control the football, and San Diego picks it up to the Dolphins' 29-yard line. This is unbelievable. Well, this is what happens in playoffs. Routes ready to go to work, 29 yards away from another one. Here's the snap. He drops the throw. He's looking. He fires for the sideline. It is caught by Joyner, and he's knocked down immediately at the 29-yard line, or 20-yard line, 9-yard pickup. 9 yards on the completion to Charlie Joyner. Tackle made by Gerald Small. So the Dolphin defense backed up. Special teams, which have been the backbone and the strength of the Dolphins throughout the entire season, have really let them down in the first 8 minutes.
Well, I didn't understand that play at all. Just a total lack of alertness on the part of the special teams to allow a free ball to fall like that.
All right, Joyner looks to the far side. Of the near side is Chandler. Winslow in motion to the far side. Bunts to the only back behind Fouts. He gets the handoff. Cuts outside to the left. He's got the first down to the 17-yard line. Running to the left side. Tackle made by strong safety Glenn Blackwood. The Dolphins permitted a field goal. And then the offense couldn't move it. RS outkicked his coverage. The coverage overran Chandler numerous times. Half-hearted tackling. He's down the sidelines 56 yards, and then they went completely to sleep on a free ball on the subsequent kickoff. Dropped between Besselu and Walker. Played Alphonse and Gaston. It was covered by San Diego. Here is the pitch out going to Muncie around the right side. 15 down to the 10-yard line. This is a team, if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Tackle made by A.J. Dewey. Ball is going to be marked down at the 9. That's about 2 yards shy of a first down. Gain of 8 for Muncie. The sweeps for San Diego this year have been averaging 7 yards per carry. And indeed, every offensive play that they have run has averaged about 6 yards per play.
Muncie's a guy they like to go to down here. He had 19 touchdowns in the season. That tied an NFL record.
So 2 tight ends in the ball game. Winslow spreads to the near side. 2nd down and 2 from the Dolphins' 9-yard line. Here is the pitch to Muncie. He wants to throw a pass. He's got a man in the end zone. It is tipped away at the baseline of the end zone by Glenn Blackwood. They were trying to loft it for Wes Chandler. Blackwood comes up with the best play of the day for the Dolphins.
Yeah, but Rick, that pass should have been completed because Chandler was a good 2 to 3 yards behind everybody, but when Muncie threw it, he floated the ball up there, threw it too high. If he had any zip on it at all, it would have been 6 points.
3rd down and 2 from the Dolphins' 9. And Brudzinski comes in on the defense. San Diego has Capoletti and Muncie down the backfield. They will indicate that they will go for the first down. Chandler and Joyner spread to the far side of the field. The Dolphins 9, 3rd down and 2. San Diego leads 10-0. 5:15 to go in the first quarter. Here's Fouts, quick opener across the middle. A pass complete to Winslow. He's got the first down to the 1-yard line. He just basketball, shovel passed that one across, looped it across the line of scrimmage, and Winslow did a little slant off the line of scrimmage back into the middle 6-5 and caught it. Fulton Walker brought him down. So it's 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. They put in the extra man up front to block. Sam Clapman, a first-year man out of Oklahoma. 1st and goal. Chargers. Dolphins gave up the football on a free ball on the kickoff return. Lost it at their 29 after giving up a 56-yard kick return. This one might get out of hand early. Here's the handoff going to Muncie, and it's jammed up in the middle. He can't get any place. No gain. The 2nd down and goal from the 1-yard line. Larry Gordon was there. And Fouts is indicating to Coryell how much yardage it will take to get into the end zone. No gain on the play. The ball at the Dolphins 1. 2nd down and goal from the 1. 4:19 left to go in the first quarter. San Diego scored first at 9:49. They came back 2 minutes later on a 56-yard punt return by Chandler. The Dolphins gave up the football on a kick return. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Here is the pitch to Muncie outside of the right. He's going to score. It's 16-0. Chuck Muncie sweeping to the right side, and the Chargers are turning it into a rout as he sweeps from the near side and turns the corner and gets into the end zone for his 20th touchdown of the year.
Winslow came in motion to that side of the field. Muncie simply followed him in. Winslow took Fulton Walker out of the play, and Muncie had all the room in the world.
Turnovers have been a factor as far as mental mistakes are concerned, not actually turnovers, fumbling the ball, intercepted passes. But San Diego has been given the opportunities by the Dolphins, and they've capitalized in every case. And Erskine can make it 17. Here's the snap. Kick is up, and it's good. 3:58 left to go in the first quarter, and the Dolphins are down by a score of 17-0. More Miami Dolphins football action in 30 seconds. Oh, where the crowd is sitting in stunned amazement because the San Diego offense has really not been that potent except for one big play to Chandler. Then Dolphin mistakes. Henry?
And another serious problem that has arisen is that now the game plan is out the window before the first quarter is over.
Well, I don't know if they'll desert the game plan just yet, but you work and you plan for a team like San Diego to try to stop a high-powered offense, and then your special teams just destroys you on 2 plays like that. One where Oros made the terrible kick at 37 yards, just a low-line drive kick, and then just went to sleep on the kickoff.
Vigorito now is back deep in the middle, replacing Walker for the Dolphins. Vesselou to the far side, Eddie Hill down the near side. But Erskine, as the ball falls off the tee, will have to come up and set it up again. So the Dolphins between a rock and a hard place early in the ball game, but it's early yet. It could get better, and it could get worse. 17-0. Chargers out front, 3:58 left to go in the first quarter. Here's Benershka forward. He knocks it high and short again. Vigorito will come up, grabs it at the 20. Far side, 25, 30, 35, gets up 39-yard line before he's tripped up. Tommy Vigorito gives the Dolphins good field position with a 19-yard return.
Interesting, Rick. Vigorito was back there that time. Fulton Walker was the man on the previous kickoff, and Shule didn't hesitate to make the change.
Pete Shaw, the strong safety on special teams for San Diego, made the tackle. Henry?
He also moved the blocking wedge up to the 30-yard line, where normally they're at the 20.
And I guess it's in San Diego's game plan to kick high and short, indicating perhaps they found a weakness in Dolphin kickoff returns. That's the second one. Of course, Benershka kicking off against a win. It didn't bother him on the field goal attempt. Woodley now has to get something started in a hurry. He will drop back to throw. He fires for the near sideline. Bruce Hardy has it. He's down on the ground, tries to get up and run with it, and he's contained at that particular point in time at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5. Woodrow low. The right side linebacker fell on top of him. Pass was thrown low.
And that's the type of pass I expect to see Woodley throw this afternoon. Short possession type passes to the tight ends, and then eventually they'll try and get a wide receiver sprung across the middle. San Diego's secondary will take away the sidelines from you deep.
Extra linebacker Jim Laslovic in the ball game. 8-year man out of Penn State. Ball up for Dolphins 44. Second down and 5. Dolphins down 17-0 in the first quarter. Hand off to Nathan. He gets jammed up running to the right. San Diego has come in with the worst pass defense in the league, but they're number 2 in the AFC in a rushing defense. Leroy Jones, the huge defensive left end, makes the stop. Gain of about a yard. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Dolphins 45.
And particularly tough inside. Running against those Gary Johnson and Louis Kelcher is tough. They also get good performance out of their middle linebacker Horn.
2:40 left to go in the first quarter. San Diego on Dolphins special team errors. Leads 17-0. 3rd down and 4. Dolphins from their 45-yard line. Receivers are in. Joe Rose in the ball game. Woodley drops to throw. He sets across the middle. The ball is tipped in the air. It's intercepted. Down at the 45, to the 40, 35, 30, 25 to the 20, and down at the 15 and out of bounds goes Glenn Edwards, the free safety. He is knocked out of bounds at the 12-yard line. That ball was thrown as a rocket right across the middle. It bounced off the intended receiver's hands, and Edwards grabbed the carom and returned 33 yards. So again, Dolphin mistakes, and San Diego is right back knocking on the door. Down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line with a first down from that particular situation. Woodley tried to get the ball into the hands of Nathan out of the backfield, or was it Joe Rose, and it was deflected off Rose's hands, and Edwards came down with the interception. Fulton Walker comes in for left cornerback spot. Dolphins defense is back out, facing the onslaught again. First down at the 12-yard line. Chandler in motion far side. Here is the handoff going to Brooks, who's in the ball game. He's over the right side, gets down to the 8-yard line. Pickup of 4, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Tackle made by Brudzinski, a strong side linebacker. Dolphin mistakes are burying them alive early in the ball game. Also in on defense comes Kim Bokamper. 2nd down and 6 from the Dolphins' 8-yard line. Woodley popped that ball across the middle, thrown a little bit too hard. It caromed off the receiver's hands. Edwards grabbed the carom in behind him, returned 33 yards down the near sideline. Backs are Brooks along with Capoletti. The Dolphins 8. Fouts drops quick to throw. Blitz on. He fires from the corner of the end zone. Overthrown. Headed for Chandler. And Gordon was coming after him from the near side. So the incompletion makes it a 3rd down and 6 from the Miami 8-yard line.
Gordon's pressure helped out a little bit because Chandler had just made his cut in the end zone. He had good coverage on the play by Gerald Small, but Gordon forced Fouts to release a little early.
That intercept for Edwards is 3rd of the season. And Woodley now on the season has thrown a total of 14. Ball at the Dolphins 8, 3rd down and 6 for a first down. Chandler far side. Joyner to the near side. Winslow a slot man to the near side. Brooks the only back in behind Fouts. Fouts quick drop to throw. Blitz on, swings it out to Brooks. 10, 5. He is into the end zone for another San Diego touchdown, and it's blown wide open now. 23-0 with 1 minute and 31 seconds left to go in the first quarter. So 2 special team errors, an intercepted pass, a subsequent return of 33 yards, and the fans are becoming a little restive, to say the least. Who would have expected this early? 23-0 in favor of San Diego. Brooks on a little swing pass. Blackwood had the blitz coming, but Fouts has such a quick release. They got it off to Brooks out of the backfield, and he outraced the defense. Bernurschke can make it 24 with 1:31 left to go in the first quarter. Luther to hold. Snap set down. Kick is up, and it's 24-0. We'll be back in a moment. This is the Miami Dolphins Football Network. We're back at the Orange Bowl. Took them 48 seconds to score after Edwards intercepted a deflected ball from David Woodley. It's 24-0. Here's Bernurschke's line drive kickoff. Negredo backs up, takes it on the fly at the 8, the 10, the 20, 25, 30, knocked off balance at about the 30-yard line. They're going to say he was down back at the 28. But Woodley is being asked to do something very, very difficult. Receivers are spread. Double tight ends. Woodley back to throw. Pops the screen out, and Nathan drops the ball back at the 23-yard line. When things are going bad, they go bad all the way, and you can hear the fans in the background. Nathan, as Woodley had the ball right in his hands, went right through his fingers. So it's an incomplete pass, 2nd down. And Dolphin defense, special teams, have not been able to stop San Diego's offense. It's going to have to be up to the Dolphin offense to get something cranked up in a hurry.
Had that screen pretty well set up, too, and it wasn't Woodley's fault. Nathan took his eye off the ball. He was looking upfield.
Moore and Rowe spread to the far side. Harris to the near side. Vigorino and Nathan the back. 2nd down for the Dolphins, 28. Woodley drops straight back to throw. If he has time, he fires across the middle. It is caught by Rose. He was off balance, staggers at the 40, falls forward to the 43-yard line. First down. Jim Laslovic Middle linebacker makes the tackle on the play, 15 yards. Woodley to Joe Rose. First down for the Dolphins. That is their first down of the ball game. With 54 seconds to go in the first quarter, an unbelievably bad first period. The Chargers leading 24-0.
Miami has one thing going for them, and that is the porous defense they're up against. If they can hold on a couple of series, I'm sure Miami's going to score some points.
Moore to the near side. Harris to the far side. Way early in the ball game. Franklin, Nathan the backs. Woodley will peel back off to his left. Sets up. He's in trouble. He is fumbling the football back at the 35-yard line. He had not pulled his arm forward to throw the ball, and the Dolphins fortunately recover the ball back at the 35. He was scrambling back to his left side, and the man who recovered the ball was Laxo. The man who put pressure on him was Big Hands Johnson from the right side. Henry?
That shouldn't have been a fumble. His arm was in the motion of going forward.
Second down and 18 for the Dolphins, making every mistake in the book in the first quarter, back at their 35-yard line.
Replay substantiates that, Henry.
Ball at the 35. Ceplo in the ball game. He spreads far side. Harris to the near side. Dolphins need points in a hurry. Second down, 18 from their 35-yard line. And now the first quarter has expired, and so unbelievably bad for the Dolphins, unbelievably good for San Diego. The score at the end of one, the Chargers 24, Miami nothing. This is the Miami Dolphins Football Network. The Dolphins have not been beyond their own 44-yard line, and indeed San Diego has been down in Miami territory throughout the first period, leads 24-0. San Diego 6 first downs through the first quarter, Miami 1. In passing, the Dolphins 2 out of 4, 1 intercept, Fouts 6 for 9, no intercepts. Woodley has been sacked once, Fouts has not been sacked. Net passing yards, the Dolphins 6, Fouts 91, the Dolphins -2 in rushing. 18-plus yards for San Diego. Total net yards and offense for the Dolphins 4. San Diego 109. Number of plays, Dolphins 9 and San Diego 18 for the first quarter. As we begin play, Dolphins will be moving towards the east end from our left to our right. Second down and 18 from their 35-yard line. Woodley has all the receivers in, spread all over the place. Nathan, the only back, in behind him. San Diego leading 24-0. Here is Woodley, drops back to throw. Has some heat across the middle to Vigorito's hands. That pass was a little bit off target, led him a little bit too far. At the 40-yard line, coverage by Lyndon King, the left side linebacker, so it'll bring up a second down. Check it, third down and 18 for Miami from their 35. Henry?
And Vigorito had broken clear and had a lot of space to go one-on-one with a defensive back, but David just threw it too hard and too far in front of him.
Cepalo comes into the ball game with a play from the bench. Ball back at the Dolphins 35, third down and 18. Miami hasn't had the ball that often to convert third downs, but they are 0 for 2 in that department. Cepalo spreads near side, Harris to the far side. Vigorito and Nathan the backs. Rose the only tight end of the ball game. Woodley drops to throw. He is in trouble and is dropped and sacked back to the 27-yard line. Tried to put his head down and duck underneath the pass rush, but it was just pushed right back in his face. Leroy Jones shoved Laxo back in Woodley's lap, and Gary Big Hands Johnson from the other side. So the Dolphins cannot move as Woodley is sacked for the second time. Brooks goes back as a deep man. Chandler, the shallow man, the last time. Orris outkicked the coverage on a very poor kick. Chandler ran it back 56 yards for a touchdown. Orris will stand at the 12-yard line, kicking apparently into the wind. It's tough to tell from up here because of the swirl. Here's the snap. Orris hits one long and far to the near sideline this time. Brooks will let it bounce. It's going to take a sideward bounce out of bounds at the San Diego 27-yard line. So reasonably good field position for Fouts to begin operation from. 45-yard punt by Orris. And we have 14 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the first half. San Diego gets another shot at it. They lead 24-0. We'll be back with more in just a moment on the Miami Dolphins Football Network. Rick Weaver back at the Orange Bowl in Miami. San Diego will have the football following the punt of 45 yards by Tom Orris at their 27. Kellen Winslow, Eric Sievers, double tight ends. Wes Chandler and Charlie Joyner will be the receivers. Muncie, the only running back behind Fouts. Henry?
And Don Struck is warming up behind the Dolphin bench. He's told us that when he puts his helmet on, that means he's going to play.
Chandler splits far side to the near side, Joyner. Strong side tight ends to the left side. First down, San Diego from their 27. Fouts gives to Muncie. Sutter steps inside, 30, 35, 40, up the 44-yard line to the 45-yard line. He, a little misdirection, gave the right footstep, throws the linebackers, and then cut back to his left over left guard. A good block by Doug Wilkerson, the all-pro. And the tackle made by Bessalou, but not before he picks up 18 yards and a first down to the 45-yard line of San Diego. Henry?
Muncie just took himself out of the ball game. I don't think it's anything serious. He just wants something fixed a little bit.
He's playing with a slight groin pull. I don't know if he aggravated it or not. That could be.
Brooks, the number 1 draft choice from Auburn, comes in. First down, San Diego from their 45-yard line. In motion, Winslow back to the line of scrimmage. Fouts play fakes, back to throw. They're on him. Here's the pass. It is almost intercepted by Lyle Blackwood. Indeed, it was tipped in the air. Second down, San Diego from their 45. Brooks, the only back in behind Fouts. Fouts will hand off to Brooks. Quick opener in the middle, and he is buried at about the 48. After getting about 3, James Brooks, a 3-yard pickup. Bob Brzezinski on the tackle for Miami. Bring up a third down and 7. San Diego is 4 out of 5 in third down conversions. Indeed, on the season, they have the highest third down conversion percentage of any team in the league, 49%. Third down and 7. Chargers from their 48-yard line. Chandler far side. Scales in the ball game. He and Winslow split to the far side also. Joyner in motion, goes back in motion to the far side. Fouts throws the quick out to Winslow, and he is going to be contained short of the first down at the Miami 47-yard line. He went out, hooked. Fouts hit him with a strike, quick release, tackled by Dewey, along with Glenn Blackwood. So the Dolphin defense holds for the first time in the ball game. They have not had good field position to operate in. Don Strock will be the quarterback, probably when the offensive unit takes the field. Vigorito goes back deep in the middle to receive the punt of the former Dolphin, left-footed George Roberts. Roberts will stand at the San Diego 37. Blackwood and Walker, or check it, Kozlowski and Walker also back. And Vigorito, Roberts hits one, angles a spiral for the near side Coffin corner. It's going to bounce down at the 5, inside the 5, and goes into the end zone for the touchback. So the Dolphin offense will take over with Don Strock now as the QB from the Dolphins' 20-yard line. 47-yard kick by George Roberts. 12 minutes and 5 seconds left to play in the first half. And Strock bringing back. Can the Goose come in and put out the fire? Daryl Harris will spread to the far side. Moore will go to the near side. Dolphins need points, and they need to get back into this ball game as quickly as possible. Eddie Hill and Tony Nathan on the backs. Miami from their 20-yard line, trailing 24-0. Strock will play fake. Quickly cross the middle. Harris, 30, 35, up to the 36-yard line. Don Strock to Daryl Harris on the slant into the middle. Tackle on a play made by the right cornerback Mike Williams and the strong safety Pete Shaw. 16 yards on the pickup, first down.
That's exactly why they went to Strock. The weakness in the San Diego defense is across the middle. He throws across the middle extremely well. San Diego didn't want to see him. Lyndon King told me before the ball game they'd rather play against Woodley.
Harris spreads far side. Moore to the near side. Vigorito, check it. Nathan and Hill are the back. First down, Dolphins from their 36. Strock hands off to Nathan. Sweep outside of the right. Gets the corner turn, 35. That is wrestled out of bounds at about the 38, 39-yard line by Lyndon King, the left side linebacker in his fourth year, out of Colorado State. Nathan picks up, listen where they're going to mark it, at the 38-yard line. Gain of 2, second down and 8. Ronnie Lee comes out as the tight end. And the Dolphins, Henry?
Looked to me like Tony was a little bit fearful of making that extreme cut that he should have made then.
Nathan, of course, coming off a leg injury. And Harris, Nathan, Hill, Moore in as the receivers. Bruce Hardy is the tight end, second down and 8. Dolphins from their 38-yard line. Strock will drop straight back to throw. He looks upfield. He fires. Open is Nathan. 45, 50, 45, down to the 40. Still going. Breaking tackles down to the 35-yard line. Goes Tony Nathan. Lyndon King finally brought him down. The halfback circling out of the backfield to Tony Nathan, a 27-yard pickup. And the Dolphins, for the first time, are into San Diego territory, a first down at the Charger 35. Henry Barrow.
Don Strock has that great ability to find an open receiver, and I think his primary receiver was a deeper slant. He was covered. He found Tony coming out of the backfield on a delay.
That's right. Nathan caught 7 for 102 against this club last year on the same pattern.
Moore to the far side. Harris to the near side. Hill and Nathan out of the backs. First down at the SD 35-yard line. Strock, straight back drop to throw again. Under pressure, completes to Nathan. He drops the ball. I ruled it incomplete at the 22-yard line. The same pattern, only Nathan coming from the near side, as opposed to the far side on the previous pattern. The ball was there. Nathan couldn't hold on to it. That's 2 he's dropped. Lyndon King had the coverage. That'll bring up second down and 10. 10:30 to go in the half.
When I said Strzok is better at throwing the ball down the middle, Rick, I meant that he has a little bit of a better touch, and that one was laid in nicely. Nathan just dropped it. Also, Woodley likes to throw on a run somewhat. That's what the Chargers take away from you because their corners are good on the wide out stuff.
Dolphins cannot run. They're too far behind. They have to score points in a hurry. Nathan is out. Vigorito is in. Second down from the SD-35. Back to throw. Strzok again. Fires for the near side. It is knocked down. Good play by King, the left side linebacker. Got up in front of the intended receiver. Vigorito was curling for the near sideline and tipped it away at the 30-yard line. So it brings up third down for the Dolphins at the San Diego 35-yard line. Dolphins need to get to the 25 to keep this drive alive. They need points. 24-0. San Diego had all 24 of them in the first quarter. On a field goal by Benerschke, capping a 64-yard drive in 5 minutes. And then Chandler returned to punt 56 yards. Muncie, after a mix-up on special teams kick return, San Diego recovered. Muncie a 1-yard run. Then Edwards a 33-yard return of an intercept off Woodley and Fouts to Brooks 8 yards. So that's 24 points. Third down and 10. Strzok in trouble. He wants to throw deep. He's got a man down there. It is caught by Cephalo. He's got it at the 17-yard line. Out of bounds immediately at the San Diego 17. Great catch by Cephalo. He came down with both feet straddling the sidelines, and he managed to keep them both in bounds. Mike Williams, the cornerback, could not prevent it. 18 yards, a great throw by Strzok under a great deal of pressure. Henry.
And I'm sure that Duriel Harris, after that play, will come back and tell Don Strzok that they're playing off of him by about 10 yards. If he runs straight down the middle, stops, and comes back, he's got a reception.
But what a catch by Cephalo. He landed out of bounds, but the official ruled that the defensive back forced him out, Rick. If he'd have come straight down, he'd had a reception.
That's right. That's exactly right. If he'd come straight down, he had both feet in bounds. First down at the 17-yard line of San Diego. Here's Strzok. Quick drop. Flag down. Complete the pass to Eddie Hill. He's down to the 15, down to the 10-yard line. Against the Dolphins, Cephalo moved too soon. The penalty will set the ball back to the San Diego 22. That'll bring up a first down and 15 from that point. Clock is stopped with 10 minutes, 9 seconds to go in the first half, and here's the call from referee Fred White.
Illegal motion, number 81, first down.
On Jimmy Cephalo, first and 15, Dolphins football back at the San Diego 22-yard line. Chargers 24 points on Dolphin errors in the first quarter, and it's a 24-0 ball game. Strzok trying to get him at least part of the way back into it. Harris spreads to the far side, Moore to the near side. Hill, Nathan are the backs. Hardy is the tight end, strong side right. The San Diego 22. Strzok delayed, drop play to Hill. He's inside over the right tackle spot, gets down to the 18. Tackle made by the strong safety Pete Shaw. So it'll bring up a second down and about 11 yards to go. Henry?
Good stiff wind is kicked up now. Flag standing out straight.
Not a bad call there by Strzok. I mean, he can't throw the ball on every down. You got to do something to make the defense respect the run, despite being 24 points behind.
Ball at the San Diego 18, second down 11. Dolphins need a touchdown. Harris far side. Check it, Moore far side. Harris near side. Back remain the same. Here's Strzok. Drops straight back to throw. Dumps it across the middle. Hill's got it. 15. He's in trouble. And is going to be smeared at about the 17-yard line. Looked to me like he got his forward progress was up at about the 15, but let's see where they're going to mark it. He was tackled by Buchanan and Edwards. They forced him back to the 17, and that's where he went down. So they got only about a yard out of it. Henry?
He had interference in his way. The official was right in Eddie's way when he caught the ball, tried to make his move.
The umpire was back there and couldn't get out of the way in time. Third down and 10.
I think Hill was the secondary receiver there, but San Diego had good pressure. Strzok had to dump it off.
Henry?
Eddie Hill was injured on that one. They're taking him over to the bench. He's limping.
Vigorito and Nathan are the backs. All the receivers are in. Harris near side. Rose and Moore to the far side from the San Diego 17-yard line. Third and 10. Strzok, straight back drop to throw. Under pressure. He's going to be caught by one leg. Throws the ball anyway. It is dropped off an intended interception at the goal line. Having a hand on it was the strong safety Pete Shaw. So the Dolphins will have to settle for the field goal. They had Strzok around one leg back at the 25. He was indeed lucky to get the ball away. John Woodcock, the defensive right end, and he flipped it towards the end zone. The only man there was the strong safety Shaw, and he dropped the ball. So Von Schaman is in to try the field goal. 8:36 left to go in the first quarter. Uva 24 out of 31 in that department. Strzok will stay in the hole for the 25, a 35-yard attempt. 8:36 left to go in the first half. Dolphins need points, having to settle for a field goal here. Indeed, they get that. Here, waiting for the snap is Strock. Here it is, set down. And Shaman hits it. He's got it up there, and it's good. So the Dolphins finally got on the board. 35-yard field goal by Von Shaman, 24-3, 8:31 to go in the first half. More Miami Dolphins football action in 30 seconds. Brooks is deep in the middle. Down the far side is Greger. And to the nearest side of the field is Doug Bedoin, an ex-Dolphin. 53-yard drive, 10 plays, 4:34. They have to settle for a 35-yard field goal by Von Shaman. So here's the kickoff by Von Shaman. He hammers this one. Back inside the 5 at the 2 is Brooks out in the middle. 5 to 10 to 15 to the 20. Finds an opening. He's through the 25 to the 30. Out across the 35 to the 37. Terrible special teams coverage by the Dolphins in this ball game this evening. Jim Jensen, the third-string quarterback, finally had to make the tackle. 35-yard return. Fouts has excellent field position from his 36. Henry?
Well, Don Veselu and Steve Potter are supposed to go down and do something. They did. They went down and got knocked down.
Fouts brings his ball club out. He has a 21-point lead now. Chandler to the far side. Joyner to the near side of the field. We've got Campoletti and Muncie in the backfield. First down, SD from 36. On the snap, Fouts quick drop. Looks, fires across the middle, and the receiver Winslow is dropped immediately at the 43-yard line, so they pick up about 7. Ernie Roan was there. Dolphins need a big play of some kind by the defense or from the special teams. Or from the offense, from anybody. We'll take it from anybody at this juncture, Henry.
Glenn Blackwood just got a warning from the officials. He put a little extra body English on the hit that wasn't necessary.
Second down and 3. San Diego from their 43-yard line. Joyner and Chandler near side. Backs to the 9. Muncie the tailback and behind Campoletti. Campoletti in motion to the far side of the field. Hand off to Muncie outside of the right. He is hit and dropped. At the 46, he may have the first down. Running to the right side. Never did get the corner turn. Lyle Blackwood, the free safety, up to jam it up.
Well, the field goal looks like it just served to break the fall because San Diego certainly didn't come out after that field goal looking like they've lost any of their intensity on offense.
So we're going to get the chains brought in for a measurement. And while they're doing that, let's pause for station identification. This is the Miami Dolphins Football Network.
WIOD, Miami.
They missed it by about a half a foot, so to bring up third down. And a half a foot to go for San Diego's first down at their 46-yard line. Sam Clappin, the extra blocker, Eric Sievers, the second tight end, are in up front. Joe Robbie, the Dolphins owner, will be Hank Goldberg's guest at halftime.
And here's an opportunity for a big play. Third and short, if the defense can toughen up, Miami gets the ball back. If they can score, they're back in it.
24-3, San Diego leads, 7:25 to go in the first half. San Diego led 24-0 at the end of the first quarter. Everybody sets in tight. The backs are split. In motion, Winslow to the near side. Fouts will sneak for it. He's got it to the 47-yard line. Fouts, a big lad from St. Ignatius High School in San Francisco. 6'3", 205. Ernie Roan, the left linebacker inside, made the stop. And it looks from here as they pile as if they do have the first down.
We talk about big plays, Rick. Teams make big plays. They don't just happen. And for Miami to do this, they're going to have to be very aggressive now. They're going to have to come at Fouts from different directions. A lot of gambling type things, blitzes from wherever they have to come from, and just try to get them off balance.
They have not given them a first down. They're going to bring the chains in. The Dolphins requested a measurement. Kellen Winslow, Eric Sievers are in the contest, of course, as a double tight ends, but let's wait and see. It looks from here as if they have it. It is first down. So it's first down, San Diego just shy of their 47. Henry?
They've taken Doug Betters out and put Vern Denherter in his place. Betters is not hurt.
Denherter playing defensive left end now, where he performed very capably 2 weeks ago against Buffalo. Bokamper the right end. Amounts to a 4-man front now. Up front for the Dolphins, facing Fouts. First down, San Diego from their 47. Here's the hand and check it. Fouts on the plate fake. Keeps it throwing deep up the far sideline. Got a man down there. It is tipped away by Fulton Walker at the 10-yard line. He was going deep for Les Chandler. And Walker lunged at the ball and got a hand on it. Chandler was a step in behind him and knocked it down at the 10.
Well, that time they got pretty good pressure on Fouts. He was almost sacked. He got the ball just barely away and lofted it maybe a little higher than he wanted to. But Walker had good coverage. They had actually double coverage down there as Lyle Blackwood was back to help out.
Baumhauer exerting a lot of pressure up the middle. Good play fake to Muncie into the middle of the line, also by Fouts. Second down for the Chargers, and 10 from their 47. Clock is stopped with 6:51 to go in the first half. San Diego way in front, 24-3 after a 24-point first quarter, replete with Dolphin errors. Fouts will drop back to throw on second down. Under pressure, Bullcampers got him, knocked him down, loose ball. San Diego may have it at the 39. If they don't, roll it, an incomplete pass. Fouts may or may not have had his hand going forward. Dolphins, Kozlowski has the football. Miami has the ball. And getting up off the bottom of the pile for the Dolphins looks like A.J. Dewey or Doug Fetters or Baumhauer. Baumhauer got it. Larry Bluestein, our spotter, finally got it too. Bob Baumhauer gets the fumble recovery. Henry?
What happened is Fetters was shoving it into Baumhauer. He was shoving it into him. He got there first, but he couldn't get his hands on it, but he could push it toward Bob Baumhauer.
So the Dolphins come up with a turnover from the San Diego Chargers. Now let's see if they can do something with it. Fetters, indeed, under the pile, did have his hands on the ball, but shoved it into the hands of Baumhauer, and Baumhauer comes up with a fumble recovery. Ocamper had the hit on Fouts. All right, 6 minutes, 41 seconds left to go in the first half. The Dolphins' excellent field position at the Chargers' 39. Chargers lead 24-3. A touchdown here, almost a necessity. Cepolo wide to the near side. Harris to the far side. Hill and Nathan are the backs behind Strock. Strock straight back, drop the throw. Has time across the middle. Uriel Harris at the 20, down to the 19-yard line. Uriel Harris, the deep slant across the middle again. Got in front of Mike Williams, the right cornerback, and Glenn Edwards, the free safety, coming across, made the tackle. 20 yards on a completion. First down at the Charger 19.
Uriel Harris is as good as any receiver on that field, Rick. That time, he ran a curl to the inside. The inside's what they wanted to work on. Strock laid it in beautifully. Uriel made a little leap at it.
Strock, since he has come into the ball game, is 5 out of 8. First down at the Chargers 19. Backs are split, so are the receivers. Harris far side, Cepolo to the near side, and Ronnie Lee, the tight end, jumps offside. The Dolphins in this same area of the field a while ago had another mistake. Cepolo moved. This time it appeared to be Ronnie Lee, the tight end. So what this does slows down your momentum. Players a little bit overeager, showing a lack of perhaps maturity. Perhaps they can't hear the snap count. Here's the call. Well, he didn't give us a call. He gave us an indication of offside.
Yeah, well, you called it right. It was Ronnie Lee. But, Rick, what else? Well, the other thing it does here is it almost forces you into a passing situation when you have 15 yards to go.
Encroachment, number 86. First down.
All right, the ball back at the 24 following the encroachment call against tight end Ron Lee. 15th to San Diego 24. Dolphins making all kinds of mistakes in this ball game. I think if they get a touchdown under their belt, they'll be all right. Cepolo near side, Harris to the far side. Hill and Nathan the back. Somebody jumps from San Diego. Flag goes down. Hand off to Nathan. Outside of the right. Follows his blocking to the 20. 15 down inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. A flag down at the line of scrimmage. Big Hands Johnson may have been offsides. Henry?
They may call this one on Miami. There was some movement on the interior of the line.
Well, Strock showed his experience by calling for the running play after the play was busted there by whomever, and it's going against San Diego.
It's going to be against San Diego.
And he called that play to Nathan on the sweep, and it was an excellent call. It got to 12 yards. You don't have to get the whole thing back at once.
Here's Cepolo to the near side, Harris to the far side. High backs for Nathan and Hill from the 19. Strock on the snap, hands off, quick trap, and it develops into nothing. A gain of a yard for Eddie Hill, who was buried under a ton of flash and white jerseys at the 18-yard line. Big Hands Johnson, Jim Laslovic, middle linebacker at the 18. So it's second down and 9. Ball at the 18-yard line. 5:30 left to go in the first half. Henry?
Bob Kuchenberg and Mark Dennard on that one showed that they're a little bit rusty. That was their blocking assignment on both those players that made the tackle.
Cepolo near side, Harris to the far side. Hill, Nathan in the back, second down and 9 from the San Diego 18-yard line. Strock will drop back to throw. He's looking to the left side. He fires. It is caught down at the 14-yard line, and Tony Nathan is rolled out of bounds immediately at the 14 on the far side of the field. That's 5 yards away from the first down. Woodrow Lowe, the right side linebacker, put the hit on him. Gain of 5, and will bring up about third down, the long 4.
On that play, Bruce Hardy held his block momentarily and then released as a receiver. Hardy's out of the game now, but later on I think they may come back to him.
4:45 to go. Clock moving into half. San Diego 24 points on Dolphin mistakes in the first quarter. Dolphins only 3, trying to get into the end zone here. Big play, third down, and a long 4, closer to 5 from the 14-yard line. Nathan the only back in. All the receivers are in. Strock from the 14 drops back to throw. He fires it out at the 10. Rose lunging for the marker. Gets to the 9. And he lunged for the lead marker. He may have the first down. Joe Rose with a great leaping effort. Willie Buchanan, the left quarterback, dragged him down, but Rose picks up the first down. They're going to mark it ahead of the 8-yard line. Great effort. Henry.
And boy, did Nat Moore clear out that area for Joe Rose.
Rose made the same kind of play that Hardy made before. Held his block momentarily, then released to the outside. What great awareness he showed of the stick, though, as he reached out with that hand. He was extended as far as he could.
First and goal at the 8-yard line. 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go in a half. Dolphins down 24-3. Harris spreads far side. To the near side comes Moore. Hardy resets strong side left to right. Backs Hill and Nathan. Here's the play fake. Swing out to Nathan. He's got it at the 8, at number 5. He's rolled out of bounds at about the 4, maybe the 3-yard line on the far side of the field by the right cornerback, Mike Williams. Tony Nathan, a slant out of the backfield, and Strock nickel and diming him right now. They put the ball ahead of the 3-yard line, so it's a gain of 5. Second and goal from that point. Second and a long 3. Clock is stopped. 3 minutes, 33 seconds to go in the half. This was set up by Bob Baumhauer, recovery of a Fouts fumble forced by Kim Bokamper. Backs in an eye. Hill and Nathan. Hardy resets strong side right to left. The back split off. And the 3-yard line. Strike. Strock gives to Hill. Cuts it back down to about the 2-yard line. Trying to go outside of the right. Cut back over left guard and gets only to the 2. Big hands Johnson nailed him. So that's going to bring up a third down and goal from the 2-yard line. They have to score a touchdown. 24-3.
I noticed that Miami hasn't been doing any of its tight end in motion that had been running the last 3 or 4 games successfully, where the tight end turns it in and the fullback cuts right off him, almost like a pick.
They put in 2 extra linebackers, Ray Preston, along with number 59, Cliff Thrift. And Strock now wants to utilize a timeout. If the Dolphins score a touchdown here, they'll still be 14 points behind, but their Dolphin defense has seemed to take the momentum now away from the Charger offense, at least at this point in the game. And a touchdown is important. In motion to the near side of the field is Nathan. Here's the play fake. Strock wants to throw it. He fires it in the middle. Touchdown to Joe Rose. He was not the primary receiver. He was looking for Nathan in the corner of the end zone. Nathan was covered. And Strock, under great pressure, had enough presence of mind to find Rose open in the middle. He hit him with a strike. So the Dolphins finally get 6.
Leroy Jones was practically sitting on top of Strock when he released that ball. What a throw under pressure, Rick.
Henry.
And not only that, but he had his hand on Don Strock's face mask. Strock complained to the official. The official ignored the complaint.
So the Dolphins now get on the board with their first touchdown. 2:46 to go. In the first half, it's 24-9. Von Schaman can make it 24-10. That for Strock is his 7th touchdown pass of the year. For Rose, his 3rd touchdown reception. He was looking for Nathan, who was in motion to the near side of the field, out of the backfield in the corner of the end zone. Nathan was covered, and with Leroy Jones at 6'8" hanging all over him, he had enough presence of mind to keep his poise and fire a strike to Joe Rose alone under the goalpost. Strock will hold. Here's the snap, set down. Von Schaman's kick is good. So it's a 24-10 ball game, and the Dolphins now are back to within 14 points. Well, this young team has had to come back from adversity time after time this season. This is a big hole to put yourself in. 24 points down in the first quarter to the number 1 offensive team in the history of professional football. But as I remarked just a few moments ago, at least at this point in time, the Dolphin defense appears to have the number of the Charger offense, if that is possible.
Rick, one other thing. When the San Diego players told me they'd rather face Woodley than Strock, now Strock's in there. They came in a little defeatist about Strock. They felt he'd cause some problems, and certainly he has.
After Bokamper sacked Fouts, fumble, recovered by Baumhauer, took him 7 plays, 39 yards. Strock to Rose, 1 yard, 4 minutes, 55 seconds. It's a 24-10 ball game. Brooks is deep in the middle. Down the near side is Doug Bedoin, and off to the far side is Bob Greger. So he puts it up on the tee, and with 2:46 to go, Dolphins have 2 timeouts left in the half. San Diego has all of theirs.
And now San Diego has to be careful, Rick. They're almost like a team playing catch-up at this point, despite the 2-touchdown lead, because all the momentum is on Miami's side.
Shaman will come forward. He hits the ball, low trajectory squibber, bounces down, touch, rolls inside the 5, picked up by Brooks. He's out to the 10, the 15, the 20, into the middle, 25, 30, flag down, and he's knocked down at the 35, the 37.
Illegal block below the waist on the return, number 37. First down.
San Diego 90 yards away, 2:35 to go in the half. They have a 14-point lead. Fouts will hand it off. Inside, over the left side is Muncie, running over people, gets to the 15, to the 20, out of the 21-yard line. Fouts handing off to Muncie, good sweep blocking to the left, tackle made by A.J. Dewey. Muncie, a punishing runner, picks up 12 yards, 6'3", 218 pounds, and an 11-yard gain. First down for San Diego out at their 21. So Kozlowski comes in, Lyle Blackwood is out, Beslew comes in, and Gordon comes out. Fouts now down to the 2-minute warning. Will utilize that time to go over to the bench to talk to his head coach, Don Coryell. The score with 2 minutes to go in the half. Chargers 24, Dolphins 10. This is the Miami Dolphins Football Network. Here's 2 minutes to go in the half. San Diego first down at their 21. Chandler in motion, far side. Here is the handoff to Capoletti, or Muncie rather. He is outside to the left and is belting his way out to the 29-yard line. Muncie started to go inside and then cut back outside to the near side. Gets about 8 yards on the carry. Tackle made by Glenn Blackwood. Henry?
And that was a big mix-up all the way around defensively, because Mike Kozlowski came in just before the ball was snapped. The whole defensive secondary was running around trying to figure out what position they should be in.
Well, Kozlowski was in there to cover Winslow. That's an interesting matchup. He's going to be on him all afternoon.
Second down and 2. Ball at the Charger 29-yard line. Hand off to Muncie. Same play outside of the right. Gets through the hole. He's got the close to the first down. If he didn't get it out to the 32-yard line, maybe the 33. Tackle made by Ernie Roan. Clock shows 1 minute and 19 seconds left to go in the first half, and a timeout is called as is the charge to the Miami Dolphins. That leaves them 1 with 1 minute and 19 seconds to go in the half. The Chargers will have a first down when time is in at their 33-yard line. They lead 24-10. Chargers from their 33-yard line. Fouts, straight back drop to throw. He fires across the middle, caught by Winslow at the 40, knocked down at the San Diego 45-yard line. Another first down, pickup of about 12 yards. First down, San Diego at their 45-yard line. Receivers spread to either side of the field. Fouts, quick drop. He will pop it for the far sideline, caught by Charlie Joyner, and he's out of bounds at the Miami 44. That stops the clock with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. Fulton Walker had the coverage on the play. So Fouts picks up another first down, and he's moving his team steadily down into at least field goal range. And the Dolphin defense has to start putting a little bit more pressure on and keeping them away from getting on that scoreboard again.
It was tough to do in that situation. He gets that 7-yard drop and release it real quick, and Joyner was in the right spot.
First down, Dolphins 44-yard line. Backs are spread, receivers are spread also. Fouts deep drop. Swings it out of the backfield to Brooks. He is down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line of the Dolphins, a pickup of about 6 yards. San Diego in their 2-minute drill, no huddle, and they will mark it ahead to the 37. So give them 7, second down and 3. Clock moving with 48 seconds to play. San Diego 1 timeout left. Here's the quick out, and Fouts throws it away. Out of bounds, throws it away. There can be no grounding there as long as the receiver is in the vicinity, and Joyner was out there. So to bring up 3rd and 3, stops the clock with 42 seconds to go, and still 1 timeout left at the Dolphins' 37-yard line. San Diego trying to maneuver into position for another score before the end of the half. Joe Robbie will be Hank Goldberg's guest at halftime. 24-10, Chargers 24 quick points. An unbelievable situation in the first quarter. Strock coming in has gotten the Dolphins partway home. But the defense needs to go to work here. 3rd down and 3. The ball at the Dolphins' 37. Joyner far side, Chandler near side, Winslow slot man near side. And Fouts will drop the throw. Has no pressure at all. Now swings it out of the backfield, and it's incomplete. Going for it was Brooks, and all over him was Ernie Roan. And Roan was going for the football at the 33-yard line. So it brings up a 4th down. The clock is stopped with 36 seconds to go.
And San Diego doesn't look like they're giving any indication of punting this ball away. They're going to retain possession if they can, which is kind of risky because now here comes the punting team on now.
This is the field goal unit. Rolf Panershka, who already has one of 32 yards. His longest is 52, and he, from 40 yards and out, is 5 for 9. An outstanding long-distance kicker. This will be a 55-yard attempt. Luther will hold. He's a quarterback. If indeed he got the wind to his back, or so it would appear. Here's the snap. Set down. The kick is up. He's got the distance on it. It is no good. Off to the right side. He just missed the right upright. So Braniska fails from 55 yards away with 30 seconds to go in the first half. The Dolphins will take over possession of the football, down by 14 points, 24-10. Henry?
And it is a stiff wind that Don Strock will be throwing into.
Dolphins will have the wind to their back unless they take the other option for the second half.
Remember, they have 2 timeouts left here. I don't know if they're going to try and get something going or not, Rick.
I would certainly hope so. Down by 14 points, at least try to get into position for a field goal. Strocker's great at throwing underneath defenses and working the sidelines. The ball will be positioned at the line of scrimmage, the Dolphins' 37-yard line, as Braniska was short on a 55-yarder and wide to the right. Strock brings him out. Duriel Harris wide to the far side. Moore and Rose to the near side. All the receivers are in. Vigorito and Nathan. Strock drops the throw. He swings it out. Vigorito screen, 35, 40 up the far sideline. Knocked out of bounds at the Dolphins' 45. That's 2 yards shy of a first down. Mike Williams, the right corner, ran him out. That consumed 7 seconds. Bring up a second down and 2. The Dolphins will have the football at their 45-yard line. Strock rehuddles his ball club. 23 seconds to go in the half. Dolphins down by 14, 24-10.
Good ball game.
So the winner goes, the victor belongs to spoils, Cincinnati or Buffalo. Next Sunday to the loser. Well, they could have all winter to think about it. Harris, far side, to the near side, Moore and Rose. Vigorito and Nathan again the back. 2nd and 2, the Dolphins 45. Strock on the snap. Deep drop. Sets. Dumps it across the middle. This is Vigorito cutting it outside of the near side. He runs it out of bounds and is slammed to the turf at the 49-yard line. Into the Dolphins bench goes Vigorito. Bounces up like a rubber ball. Allen Ellis, nickel back. First down for the Dolphins. Vigorito running for the near sideline to stop the clock with 15 seconds. The ball will be marked at the Miami, let's see where they're going to put it, at the 49-yard line of the Dolphins.
But now they're at the point, Rick, where he has to throw upfield and hope that they can get either close enough for a field goal. Maybe they can get some kind of a penalty. They still have 2 timeouts left, but this short underneath stuff is just not moving him fast enough.
Henry?
William Buchanan got a warning about hitting out of bounds, and questionably, he should have gotten a penalty, I think.
He should have gotten a penalty. That tackle was definitely illegal. We get the Hail Mary. 3 receivers spread to the far side. Nathan the only back. Strock will put it up. Flips it out of the backfield. Here's Nathan at the 45. Gets to the 40-yard line of San Diego. Somebody better call a timeout. Clock is stopped with 6 seconds to go. That's a first down to the San Diego 40-yard line. They still are maybe 15 yards away from an accurate attempt for Van Schamen. The ball is at the 40. And a timeout for the Dolphins. They have 1 left, 6 seconds showing on the board.
The Big Ben didn't seem to be in their plan there, unless Strock simply didn't have time because San Diego got a little bit of a pass rush on him. Nathan definitely wasn't the primary receiver, and Strock had to dump it off to him.
They're going to have to go for the sidelines on this particular pattern. I don't think with Strock, even the referee standing in behind him, could get timeout called in time before any type of play in the middle of the field would be culminated.
Well, 1 15-yard quick out would put him in position for a field goal.
All right, the ball is at the 40-yard line. There is a timeout on the field. The Dolphins have 1 left, 6 seconds to go in the half. They are down by 14 points. If they got the ball down to the 30, it would be a 47-yard attempt. Van Schamen's longest of the season is 46. And that would be into the teeth of the wind. He has kicked one tonight of 35 yards. So I would imagine they're going to be working the sidelines. And, of course, San Diego must be aware of this. 6 seconds showing on the board before the end of the half. Dolphins trying to climb out of that deep hole they shovel themselves into in the first quarter. It happened early, but the Dolphin defense has done an outstanding job since that time. All right. Brock brings his ball club out. Let's see what the strategy calls for. He's got Harris and Vigorito to the near side of the field. Moore to the far side. Nathan the only back end behind him from the Chargers' 40-yard line. Here's the snap. Strock drops to throw. He's firing for Harris.
Lateral, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Dolphins. To Tony Nathan on the last play of the first half. That was a design play. You can credit that one to the Dolphin coaching staff. The pass complete to Dario Harris at the 25. He just spun around. He knew Nathan was a trailer in behind him. Lateral off to Tony, and Tony just held the ball derisively in the air and hop, skipped, and jumped the 10-yard line on in because there was nobody near him. And Sherman control the Dolphins now with the within 7 points. Strock awaits the snap. Here it is, set down, but Sherman's kick is up. It is 24-17, and I kid you not, Miami is right back in this ball game. So, first half statistics and more on today's contest next. This is the Miami Dolphins Football Network.